Okay, so I was really on a roll for a little while, and then, Hi, it's me. I'm recording this before whatever background stuff I decided to play or use, probably memes, so I can do it a little bit better about focusing on what I am saying. Last time I kind of just recorded it as I was going through the video, and it was very distracting, but I think that this will work a lot better. So I'm going to get into the giveaway winners in a second, and I'll have the information in the description for easy access. I don't know if I'm going to try to pronounce names because I tend to get that wrong. But first off, I do want to... wait, hold on. I need to change the music because I'm about to be serious for a minute. I was listening to it in the background just to see if it worked. Anyway, I think I'm going to probably put in a sample of a song that I'm going to be putting out in this place. You'll probably hear that now. Anyway, so I wanted to apologize to everybody for how long it's taken me to get things done over the course of this channel, the Patreon, everything like that. I mean, from the beginning to now, especially in the more recent times, because I put a push forward to try to get back into doing stuff, and then it just kind of flopped. I'm probably never going to be able to put out a video every single day, but I do want to do better than one every like 3 months to 6 years. So anyway, I am planning on managing my releases a bit better, and as a result, I've been stocking up on a lot of music to share while I keep working on the next batch. This isn't why I've been gone. It wasn't some cool plan or anything like that. It just kind of happened that way while I was trying really hard to get stuff done, and I just was not able to. So my hiatus stuff, it's hard to say that word. My hiatus stuff, both then and now, has been for a number of reasons. First of all, the situation I had been making music in for the vast majority of my life was not very great, and as a result of that, a lot of crap I kind of buried in the interests of just pushing along ended up causing me to crash very often. I will probably go more into detail in another video at some point because I feel like the story may be helpful for some people, but it had a number of components as to why things were the way they were, but essentially my home life was very tumultuous for the vast majority of it, and moving was incredibly important to getting over it. I was living with my father my entire life up until we got the apartment, thanks to you guys. And thank you again for everyone who helped with that. And a lot of our interactions were very negative. I've actually broken contact with him at this point to try to heal and get over things, and now that that has happened, I do feel a lot better about getting things done. There was a lot in my life that was difficult, and I mean, I don't blame him for everything, but with music in particular, I always felt like he would simultaneously help me, brag about me, and then put me down and said like I was doing nothing. The line in exclusion zone that says you sit up there all day long and do nothing but come down and make tea is something I recorded from an argument we were having. After a certain period in our history, when I was pretty young, I started holding on to those recordings of arguments so that I could always go back when I was more calm and see if I could get a better perspective on it. It was just for me to go back so that I didn't have to rely on someone else's memory as to what they said or about what I said. So that actually helped me immensely in learning how to react better, to actually respond instead of just reacting. All sorts of stuff like that. But regardless, it's also been very helpful for me to change some of those lines into music, because stuff that really made me paralyzed back in the day when I had actually heard it the first time, like full-on terror, it doesn't feel that way anymore because now I have singing after it. Like, I'm never going to be able to remember that without singing right after it now. And that, for me, is something that I think is too precious to not want to do. And I'm going to keep it to a minimum in that particular sense. But anyway, I'm getting a little bit off track here. It taught me a lot, and I was able to move forward eventually, mostly thanks to you guys, and thanks very much to my friends. But I was trying to push through for way too long, and I don't know, it just made it, I don't really have words for how I felt at the very end of the time that I was living at home. But I also don't have words for the gratitude I have for everyone who has helped me through all of that. It's just not something that I can articulate cleanly because there's so much involved in all of it. And I know that even this probably doesn't sound very great. But anyway, I think I've mentioned this before, but I did end up in the hospital last year, a little bit prior to this time, which was part of what had ended up happening as a result of me pushing myself way too hard. So I had to just focus on getting out of there. And as a result of doing that and being out of there for a little while, I have sort of gone through a couple down periods emotionally. But as time goes on and as I talk to people that support me and listen to me and genuinely want the best for me, and really just tell me that it's going to be okay, I feel more okay. Like, now that I'm out, holy
You're living a lie. You are not good enough. They are not good enough. You've either got it or you haven't. And you haven't. So just be happy with who you really are.
Fair enough. You want to see who I really am?
This is probably the first time I've had a civilized conversation with anyone in this house.
I concur. Most social interaction with people my age is mere piffle and flimsy. But with you, it's
Insightful.
delightful.
A positive joy.
I have so many projects in progress right now, and it makes me so happy. Part of this is because I lost my job. That's another long story, and I'm working on finding something else while I start the channel again. But I wouldn't have even had the job or the apartment or the songs without the friends I've made over the last year. I had hoped I would be able to find some new friendships during the pandemic, as a lot more people were online. But to have found the group I did is, like, I couldn't have properly asked for that. I wouldn't have been able to think of it. Not only did I end up meeting, like, some of the most creative and compassionate people I have ever met in my entire life, they literally looked at me with all of that shit that I just talked about, all of my, despite my rage, I am still a rat in a cage, and all of my dropping the ball, and they were literally just like,
holy, look at all this damage! And we're gonna repair it using...
Anyway, so when this channel really gets into gear in the coming weeks, they and you are the reason why. Everything that happens next was only made possible because of the people who really don't need to support me, but who have been supporting me anyway. So with the very uncomfortable family situation taking up way less mental real estate, with the loss of my 9-to-5 job, which is a little bit scary because I'm kind of not doing great financially as a result of that. But that's, again, a long story. I'll probably go into detail in, I don't know. There's so much to talk about. But all of my friends and all of you guys having my back, I am ready to just do this. I have literally no thing to lose. I have the time to do it, even while I'm looking for something to do for money in the meantime, even though personally I feel that the concern with pushing myself too far again after being hospitalized has been a real damper on a lot of the jobs that I've had to do, and it's definitely caused me a lot more stress than I had anticipated. But I mean, maybe I can just pull this off, and I can just get a bunch of videos going, and then that will kick off, and I'm going to start doing some stuff on Patreon and everything like that. But anyway, the most important thing, the giveaway winners. I'm just gonna timestamp this probably. So if you just jumped to this point, then that was because I was talking about, like, a lot of personal stuff. You're more than welcome to go back if you want to, but it does explain like what's going on with me, why I've been out, some stuff about, like, my history and things like that. You don't necessarily have to if you don't want to. If you're just interested in the information here. But I will be reaching out to them directly as soon as I can figure out how to do that exactly, because I didn't really realize that I'm not exactly sure if I can send messages through Coffee. So if your name is on the site, make sure you keep checking the site that you reached me on, or your name is on the list. What did I say that wrong? If you're okay, maybe I did. I don't know. If your name is on the list, make sure you check the site you reached out on, and like Patreon or Coffee or whatever. And if you don't receive it, by a certain point, or if you don't have access to the account anymore, please let me know. I ended up adding a few more people than I had originally intended because of the massive delay, so hopefully a few more people will have a chance. And if you weren't drawn this time, I am sorry, but I am gonna actually make this a regular thing, so you'll have another chance in December, I think. Since I want to do this as a career, and I really like the idea of working with your ideas, as I said before, I think I said that exact same thing probably. I think it would be more collaborative and rewarding to make sure that anyone who contributes to keeping this channel and me alive also has a chance to contribute to a song or suggest a cover. Again, I can't promise I'll be able to work with everything, and we may have to go with your second or third or maybe even fourth choice, and that still goes for the contest winners today. But I will sit down and chat with you and go over what you'd like to hear. And obviously there's no pressure in regards to support. I'm currently just thinking of giveaways for the general subscribers of the channel, but I wanted to do something to thank the people that worked so hard to get us into this apartment and to feed us, and to thank anyone who continues to help in that way. So yeah, the giveaway is permanent until further notice. I'd like to do 2 drawings a year in June and December, but it would depend on whether or not people were interested and how well these first few songs go. I would do a random subscriber giveaway starting now, but I found that the vast majority of the people subscribed to me are not particularly active, unfortunately. So I'm not super comfortable trying to find a way to get everybody to see that, basically. And then I would have to figure out like where the dead accounts were and sending messages to people who wouldn't get them, because it would just be for every subscriber and I can't tell like who's actually there. Anyway, it will probably be another video that goes up, and that will also be a regular thing once I figure out how to do it. I had an idea, but I didn't write it down, and now I'm mad. Anyway, I'm not 100% sure I'd want to do the biannual thing forever, but the subscriber giveaway, I cannot talk. I need some water. Hold on. Let me get some water. But the subscriber giveaway, the free one, once I figure out how to do that, that will last until I die or I can't sing anymore, which would be when I die. You cannot stop me. God cannot stop—
This is my final warning to you, boy. To cease this mindless quest. Or else the consequences shall be worse than what you have experienced thus far.
Okay, sorry, Dad. That handles the giveaway though, and hopefully that clears up a little tiny bit about what was going on with me. I will try to take some time to go into a bit more detail, but I think I might be trying to tell that story through music first. So that's a big project that is coming up if I can pull it off. So I will see you then. I hope you are doing well, yes, you. And if you're not, I hope things get better. Make sure you're taking good care of yourself. You're eating and sleeping and drinking water and brushing your teeth, and make sure you get vaccinated if you are able to do so. I know it's scary and I know it doesn't feel great. I literally passed out the first time actually, and the second time is the reason why this video is so late, because my immune system right when I was ready to start working on things was like right after I got the second shot, but every side effect was pretty much reasonable. Like my dumb stupid flesh wagon passed out because I didn't really eat it all that day before I got the first shot, and after the second I definitely felt crappy, but it was more like just achy and feverish and irritable and kind of anxious just because of getting the vaccine in general. But coming out of that and knowing I was even the tiniest bit safer, and even just coming out of that like in general, has been the catalyst for me finally getting a lot of stuff done. This isn't meant to like convince you in that respect. I don't think it's gonna like solve all your problems, but for me, when I'm forced to take downtime because I'm sick, I somehow bounce back and end up way more productive. So if you're able to go get it, definitely do. Have a friend drive you if you're nervous, and make sure you eat and drink lots of water. I've heard that salt and fat are good for that. Or maybe just salt. There's definitely, make sure you can look up like specific foods too. I shouldn't give medical advice actually. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Look up or talk to your doctor about whether or not you should get it, obviously. Like if you can't, then don't. But you can also look up or talk to your doctor about good ways to make sure that you don't have any kind of fainting issues. But definitely be careful if you do have a problem with that, because I actually, the second time I was recommended to go to basically like an outpatient place for a hospital, and that made me feel so much safer because then I knew no matter what happened, there would be a hospital right there to take care of me. And I was able to just like lay down when I got the shot. So I just laid down, I relaxed, got the shot, and I didn't pass out that time. And honestly, I explained to the first nurse when I first walked in, like, hey, I passed out the first time. Am I gonna be able to like lay down? Should I take the shot? I wasn't able to talk to the doctor about it. Although the pharmacist who had been there physically with me said it was fine to get the second shot, and he obviously was able to take my pulse and check all my symptoms at the time, so I do trust that. But they literally passed the message all the way back to the nurse who gave me the shot, and I was just able to lay down. I barely even had to say anything. Anyway, I will leave that at that. It's obviously a very contentious topic right now, but I did want to mention that, like, it's just fair to bring up that I had some issues with it, but also I feel totally fine now. Obviously, talk to your doctor about it. The only thing that I would say to not stop yourself with is like the tracking chip thing. Although I was afraid of that for a minute. Your phone is already a tracking chip, so I don't think you have to worry about that. You're gonna be fine. Don't freak out about that either. Everything will be okay. Everything's gonna be fine. So take good care of yourselves. I'm gonna try to do that too. I hope your summer and winter is going well. Summer/winter, I guess. Wherever you are. And I will see you soon. Okay. Bye.